Selamat pagi, comrades. Dan selamat Hari Raya Idul Fitri kepada semua rakan Malaysia saya. It's a big holiday in Malaysia. It's called Hari Raya, and it's marked by two things. One is travel. People travel back to where they came from, so it's a big migration of people throughout the country. And unfortunately this year and last year they haven't been able to do that. They haven't been able to go home for this holiday. It's sort of like the Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States, because it's Thanksgiving, by the way, is the holiday in the United States where the most number of people, or the highest number of people, travel. A lot of people think or thought it was Christmas, but it's not. It's actually Thanksgiving. Malaysia has two holidays like that. One is the one I'm talking about now, Hari Raya. It's a religious holiday. And the other one is Chinese New Year, which occurs earlier in the year. So on those two holidays especially, the entire country is on the move. I learned early on when I was living there, a holiday is the best time to stay home and do nothing. Because if you think that a holiday, and I'm talking about any holiday, then if you think that's a good time to travel, generally speaking, you're wrong. So anyway, like I said, there's two parts to this. One is the travel, which they can't do. And the second is the food, which I'm going to talk about. I put a post up on Facebook wishing everyone that I knew in Malaysia a happy Hari Raya, and I got a lot of responses to it, most of them talking about how I should learn how to cook Malay food or what they were cooking at their own houses. And I started to really miss the food. Comrade Bella, who you may remember from our Walking the Length of the Kuala Lumpur monorail video, which you can see clicking the link up on top of the screen. She posts a lot of food videos and pictures on her Facebook page. So I like to check out and see what she's doing, because it always reminds me of food that I can't get here in the United States. And one of my friends that I used to work with always asks me why I don't just learn how to cook like that. And no, that's not a possibility. So I also miss, you know, the typical foods. I'm reminded, especially at this time of the year, about roti canai, roti telur, which is just roti canai with an egg in it. And, you know, that's probably the Malaysian equivalent of, I guess it's a comfort food. So I'm going to say it's sort of like pizza. Probably the Malay equivalent of what we would experience eating pizza here. But I miss that. I don't know how to make that. It doesn't seem to be that hard, but I think I've had a few videos where I had shots of people making roti canai. Anyhow, it's been a year since I've been in the United States, or since I left Malaysia. I left there early in May last year, and now it's mid-May. So when I left there, I thought I would be gone for a couple of months and then I would return. However, as everybody watching this knows, travel has really taken a nosedive in the past year. So I have not left the United States, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do so until probably sometime later this year. When you travel to another country, there are some details that you have to take care of. And one of those is you probably should have a reason for being there. Like if I was a citizen of Malaysia, or if I had a work permit there, worked for some company there, yeah, I could go in and probably quarantine for a week or so, and then I would be okay. But my work permit there has expired, so when I go back, I'm going to have to go in as a tourist. And quite honestly, there is absolutely no reason for a tourist to go to Malaysia at this point, because everything is closed down. Even if you do get into the country, you can't travel around the way a tourist would. So I'm not the typical tourist, but that doesn't matter. Going in on a tourist visa, although it might be possible, it's not a very good idea to try, because you might be wasting your money. So I think I'm just going to wait until borders open up, things get back to normal, and stuff along that line. So I think I'm going to be here in the United States for at least another several months. Late this year, 2021, or maybe even early next year. There's a lot of things I can be doing for my business between now and then, and a lot of things that I've done already in the past year. But for it to really take off, I have to be able to be in the country, meeting with people and trying to train them on how to use the product. It's a database, online database system for sports. And they might like the idea of doing it, but unless I'm there to actually get things set up and help them, get to work on it, then it's really not going to take off. So I have to be there for that to work. Okay, as you can see, I'm back in uniform. Sweat towel, t-shirt. I've switched off the heating system at the house, and I think summer is finally here. And I keep talking about getting the bicycle out any day now. Well, that looks like it might be today. Of course, I'll probably have to fix it up a little bit before I can actually ride it anywhere. But I should be in pretty good shape with the bike. My power to weight ratio, I worked on the weight section of that quite a bit this past winter, so that's going to be a lot better this year than it was last year. So once I get my power back up, I should be able to fly up some of the hills that I was riding on last year. Anyway, that's my update, 1 year update outside of Malaysia. Just wanted to say Selamat Hari Raya to all my Malaysian friends. And to wrap it up, if you haven't already subscribed, now is a good time to do it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.